it's getting near that time. It's not
Alright,
me who made my
hello everyone.
picture.
Welcome back to Stories and Sigils. We've got Gamma and Aiden.
Yo, what's up?
Hey, how you going?
Alright, real quick, who wants to recap what happened last time?
I don't know.
Tara decided she wanted to kill some bots, and so she did.
Yep, she went out and destroyed a bunch of robots.
And you became level 5 immediately.
And with that, I've also reworked the amount of EXP needed to go up in levels.
Busted.
With that in mind, it is now going to be significantly harder to go up to level 6 now.
No,
You just turned it into AD&D essentially, where it's impossible to get past level 1.
Nah, I mean levels 1 through 5 have the same growth. It's everything after level 5 that starts getting exponentially larger.
Lovely.
Excuse me, though. It's supposed to be 108, not 106.
Alright, with that in mind... God damn it, I forgot. I had to reset my computer, so fucking that folder closed. God damn it.
That's not fun.
There. Man, it's a good thing I use it so often it's just immediately accessible whenever I fucking click on the generic folders icon. Lamau.
My chest.
It's fine.
Yeah, I'm fine. Don't worry.
You good, Gamma?
Anyway.
Yeah, I'm good.
You sure?
So...
Yeah.
Alright.
Because... off screen, her little talk with Gaster, she's going to try to pull something. Immediately, right off the bat. She's going to try to pull Blaster.
You're just gonna casually see if you can actually summon it.
Yep. Essentially.
Well, considering this would be out of battle, this would actually be a bit of a difficult thing to do since you don't have TP at the current
struggle.
moment.
It's like Goku trying to summon the Spirit Bomb, but Lord Slug is already dead.
I mean, unless you guys... No, I'm not gonna say that, because you'll absolutely
So he tries to put it down, and then the ground fucking explodes.
I would say if you wanted to, you could consume your tension bits, but that wouldn't be enough tension points to actually cast. Or actually, depends on which one you're doing. Are you doing the DL variant or VL?
No,
variant?
Gaster's Blaster.
You're
Gaster's Blaster.
You're doing VL. Alright, that's not enough TP,
yeah.
In which case you will need to make an intellectual roll in order to actually pull this off.
Well, luckily she has a +1 to that, so it's not completely not the bad.
Tell me when to stop rolling.
The bad, and the bad.
Now. I said...
11 plus 1.
Oh.
No. Evidently you attempting to just create the Gaster's Blaster out of combat, it is far too expensive and complex of a construct to actually try and summon outside of
Librand's over here.
She realizes that, then decides for an easier blaster. This is her in character creating her own little construct.
Meanwhile, Librand's just over here zoned out. Thinking about what he's gonna do when he gets home.
Well, Librand's about to not be zoned out for long.
Yeah. So I assume you're gonna do the DL type instead to see if you can?
Yeah.
Alright, that's another intellectual roll. Tell me when to stop rolling.
I mean, it's only 15. Shouldn't she just eat some tension bits on that?
I mean, true, but at the same time, you'd be wasting a tension bit. Like it's a 15 TP spell. It's a fairly low DC.
Okay.
Like unless you roll under unless you literally roll under a 5.
Yeah, she got 14.
Yeah. So with it, granted, the DL type do self-destruct. However, you can still kind of start summon. With it, you sort of feel the energy with it. With this being a far cheaper and simpler design, you more or less just kind of start creating a few of them around you. Libran, you kind of casually look over and see Hera casually creating some Gaster Blasters.
That are a little bit glowy with orange.
Yeah. They're very simplistic looking blasters, but they are Gaster Blasters. With what Libran knows being one of, his journals, Deltarune's version of Gaster does technically know the Gaster Blaster spell, so you would have a variant of it written in your pages. Like, you...
He's just stuttering. He looks visibly worried.
Also that she's in complete concentration mode. It seems like this is actually the first time she's doing it.
Not only is this the first time you're doing it, you're also doing it out of battle too. So it's
She's just sitting on four-legged.
So like even as
almost in like a meditating position.
I wouldn't necessarily say meditative, considering tension points.
You probably have your arm outstretched and like trying to do the 11 from Stranger Things. Just
Think of it like this: casting spells outside of battle. Even
I mean, like for the creation process, she has to think of a design.
Oh yeah, definitely. However,
before that's basically like the build-up is that she just sat there for a minute, meditating, and then when she got up, she just put her hand out, and like 6 or 7 DL blasters pop up.
Granted, about like 2 of them immediately to
whip on indefinitely, basically.
From the 5 you generate, 2 of them immediately disintegrate, since, remember, they're designed to self-destruct.
First time.
Yeah. That and 2, again, first time, and
she just
again,
puts
outside.
The delay indefinitely.
Yeah. So it's like...
Yeah, outside of combat. Yeah. So it's not going to be 100% effective.
Yeah. Effectively speaking, the ones that are stable, one of them is visibly cracking, one of them is like kind of and shaking, and another one, like, one of them is stable, one of them is shaking, one of them is shaking and cracked.
I am just speaking wingdings right now, like, out of fear. I'm just saying random crap.
She understands your wingdings, so we'd like to share with the class.
Here you shall see how fellowship and jollity, both strength, pleasure, and beauty, will fade from thee, as flower in May. For ye shall hear how our heavenly king calleth every man to a general reckoning.
Yeah, that's some Wingdings-esque nonsense.
Perceive, here in my majesty, how that all creatures be to me unkind.
So Libran's just kind of doing that, huh?
Yeah.
I guess so.
He's monologuing in Wingdings, everything, like anything and everything, because he's kind of like, I'm sorry, what the fuck?
Just having flashbacks, just like,
He's just like, no thank you. All of that, no thank you.
Speaking
and because she understands your wingdings for the most part, she's disintegrate because they're just, she had to put them up in case if they actually tried to blast or whatever. So they weren't pointed at anything or anyone. So when their timer's done, they fire. She kind of lost her concentration because of your babbling.
Granted, since you casted this without TP, you don't get any back. To be fair, you're outside of combat, so that doesn't really matter. Hence why I didn't want you to use a TP attention bit, because doing so would have just meant you would have basically just lost.
What's the detention bit?
Yeah, like you would have spent 15 and the other, like, what's 32 minus 15? That's like roughly 17, I think.
It's just 15. Yeah, other 17.
Yeah, like the other 17. Yeah, it would just be lost.
I mean, to be fair, if it's just 15, and she gets 7 of that back, or 6, whichever.
Well, here's the thing, though. Here's the thing, though. It's like, with that, when you're not in combat, any tension points you don't use just dissipate into the air. Like, they don't convert to money at all. It's just released into the area around it.
That'd be kind of violent, but...
well, I mean, it's literally just tension releasing.
You see no hair. She's that good at that.
And mine, yeah, so you broke concentration and your 3 blasters just kind of destroyed themselves.
Yeah.
With that mine, Lybrand, you can tell that is, while you recognize that type of spell, you do not one thing you know is that variant of Gaster Blaster you have never seen.
It's still a Gaster Blaster, though, so I'm just freaking out. Like, all these squares make a
visuals
circle
are similar in
Wingdings.
All these squares make a circle. All these squares make
and
a
then
circle.
And kind of tries to snap them out of it. In Wingdings, you good?
Go thou to every man, and show him, in my name, a pilgrimage he must on him take, which he is no wise may escape, and that he bring with him a sure reckoning without delay
okay,
or any
Arca
tarrying.
slaps Lybran. And is like, okay, snap out of it. They're gone, okay? They're gone. Snap out of it.
Sorry, I'm not sure where that came from. I think I just started quoting Everyman.
No, she's in, by the way. She'd know who the Everyman is.
Oh no, I'm talking about the quote, or not the quote, the play
The book.
Everyman, not...
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. There's a play called The Everyman.
Yes. It has
She might
various
pieces of it. She probably doesn't know the whole thing, but she probably knows pieces of it.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised. The Everyman sounds like one of those plays you'd probably read in literature class.
Yeah. Because it's not that violent.
Oh, fun fact. Toby Fox probably got his idea for Spamton from a play or from, like, a poem. Because, like, it has several mentions of heart attacks, and I forgot what the play was called, but it has several mentions of heart attacks and ascending to heaven.
Is it Death of a Salesman?
God is dead.
It's not Death of a Salesman, no.
In any case, she's now, like, constantly speaking in Wingdings, confused. Are you okay? What Everyman...
Sorry.
Your mic cut out halfway through that sentence, Aiden.
I'll repeat it. In Wingdings had stated, "Are you okay? Where did that Everyman come from?"
Don't try to think about it too hard. Let's just say that here written in my pages lies several...
Non pipes up. Actually, Non knows enough Wingdings to recognize the monologue and goes, "Was that the fucking monologue from Everyman?"
That was one of several... That was 3 of several monologues from Everyman, yes. Let's just say that play has some various tie to what he did to all those people. Very similar ways.
He
Non,
nods.
Non is going
She
to roll
nods.
intellectual real quick. And Non rolls 6 plus 2. Yeah, he has no fucking idea what he has no fucking idea what you're getting at from this. Like,
she
would you
fully include only because she's actually spoke with the man who this book is speaking about.
I'm also
Speaking
talking
from-
about Jevel and Spamton when I'm referring to those people.
She might actually know those people.
she might know of them.
As a follower of Gaster, she might know them, but
I know
they might not know her.
I know that Libran definitely knows Jevel, but he only hears of Spamton.
Yeah, Spamton was never one I'll say it like this, Libran has, like, met the secret bosses of the original Deltarune, once. Bare minimum
Once each, at least.
Yeah, like, he's met Spamton in person exactly, like, once, bare minimum. Because, like, everyone who's been involved with Gaster like that, to some degree
know each other.
Or at least of each other.
Yeah.
But oddly enough, I'm guessing Libran didn't know of Hera.
Yeah. Strange.
He
Almost like you popped into existence one day.
I mean, he'd know of her because she was a potential option for the Neo Fuck Squad. However, he would have
option, but
as far as he was concerned, Hera was abandoned because she was simply too young to handle the actual strain of all of this, or at least that was the original assumption.
And then she did.
And then she
within hours of entering Dark World, she's already summoned her first blaster.
Granted, there was also a very big argument that using Hera was a bad idea because of how actually traumatized she was due to her meeting the angel.
And then she is just kind of fucking pissed. I don't think she's traumatized. She's fucking pissed.
Would Libran have met the angel because, Gaster has some ties to that, or no?
I mean, that kind of depends on whether or not, like, Gaster technically meets the angel in Deltarune. If he does, I'll say Libran did, because, again, Libran is one of Gaster's journals.
Not to be, actually on you, but, you know that, in 2013, the Deltarune website had, specifically in Wingdings, said that 3 heroes would appear and banish the angel's heaven.
Oh, yeah. I know. Like, being his...
He at least knows of the angel.
Yeah, bare minimum he knows of it. If Gaster, either of them... Basically, if either of the Gasters met the angel, then Libran probably did. Because, again, he is literally one of Gaster's journals.
No journal.
Yeah. Like, he's literally one of
that
his
day
journals.
he happened to bring Libran with him.
Wait, is this gonna be a paper trail situation where Libran meets other copies like him?
I mean, depends. Maybe in the future.
Did you want to ride?
And maybe, as a plot point, just have Libran absorb them, become bigger.
I gotta take off soon.
You know what? I'll be fine, Eli. I'll be fine, brother. I can do it on my own.
Know all the fractions, know all the bits and pieces. No pun intended.
Yeah, he's just...
I mean, that depends on whether or not Libran is a completed journal, or if he's had pages torn out of him.
I wouldn't say I had pages torn out of me. I'd just probably be a journal in a long series of journals.
Yeah.
Of at least 7.
I mean, the thing with that is, realistically, if they're all separate journals, I don't see much reason why Libran should absorb them. Unless, you know, they themselves
I mean that he
literally
could.
submit themselves to do so. You know?
Unless I literally become, like, an archive instead of just a journal.
Just a journal.
You don't just
If
become
that is one of
a
his-
journal, you become a collection.
I feel like that would be, like, my final form if we ever, like...
Yeah,
did
that's
the
like
final boss
basically
fight, that would be
joining
my
the
final
seven
form.
souls together, or Namekian absorbing one another.
Kinda, yeah.
Because technically, you're all the same race.
Right.
You're all Gaster's journals.
Yeah.
So
Actually, to be specific,
Wait, would I just create a copy of... Would I create a copy of a younger Gaster if I became, like, full?
I mean, that kind of is up to you. If I may ask, real quick, what is the specific name of Lybrand's species if we do go with that idea?
His species...
Like, specifically.
I mean, I was thinking of this, if this question ever brought up. I wanted to go with the Archivists, but that's, like, you know, the Owl House, so... Probably some wordplay off books, you know? Like...
Yeah. Figured it's something similar to that.
Biblio something. I want it to be like Biblio something.
Biblian. I mean, sounds pretty.
Bibliosapien.
Bibliosapien, yes. Bibliosapien.
Sure. That works. I can see that being.
Now, question.
And the Homo sapien has gotten you really outclassed right now. Spells wise. Magic wise, you're still on top. But
Well, I mean,
with
on a
spells
technical
known,
level-
he's above.
I mean, technically, right now they are, at least. Right now, at least.
Right.
If I'm able to come to every session and they are too, it's just going to keep going the same way.
I know I'll be able to attend most sessions, but if we don't have a set date for some of this stuff, then I might not, like, if we keep flopping from Friday to Saturday, then I might have conflicting plans.
I don't know, it's a guaranteed thing. Every Saturday, unless I state otherwise, I'm free Saturday. Like, we're just...
For me, unless I have family business.
Makes sense.
Yeah, unless if I have family business too.
Yeah.
In any case.
Alright.
So she starts talking to him.
Are you guys still talking in Windings, or do you
because-
start transitioning out of Windings?
Yeah.
That
She just
entirely
keeps
depends.
speaking the.
I start to sound a little more and more like the speaker in entry number 17. Just like
She
by me talking.
is
wing-
more casual than that. She's far more casual than the speaker of.
Oh no, that's just me because you know it's.
No,
implied
I know it's
that-
just you. I'm saying that she's the opposite.
So basically, Lybrand is still continuously kind of getting more intense, somewhat, subconsciously, because he's
Yeah.
still stressed. Meanwhile, Hera is trying
Yeah,
to keep
'cause
things
he has an entire 3 pages dedicated to the prototype of the Gaster Blaster.
And she tells him this. Oh, yeah, I believe Gaster gave me one of his Gaster blasters. I just can't summon it outside of battle. It's too expensive.
Well, I don't know how to create these. Well, I know how to create these. I just don't know how to cast a spell.
Considering you are a journal, and considering something I have added to Scholar, I did add something to Scholar so that they can now learn custom spells from other NPCs. So, granted, you will have to.
She's not an
wait-
NPC.
Yeah, or other people with custom spells. Note, you will have to wait a
Sure.
few levels before you unlock it. Sadly, at the moment, Gamma, but that is something in the future. So, if we ever meet unique NPCs with unique spells, you are capable of learning them.
And I'm capable of replicating their spells.
Yeah. That, and 2, I also did that so that, you know, since you're literally
Also-
Gaster's journal, you can learn the spells Gaster has written in you.
Right. Also,
So, you are the NPC that you are learning from, essentially.
right.
I mean, technically, Gaster is also in Hera, so he can also just literally pull him out of her and ask him for a refresher on how this works again.
One more thing.
More that she pulls him
I
out of herself.
forgot where my character sheet for Libran is. I know you have it, but could you possibly send it to me after the session so that I
Yes.
could, like... Okay, thank you. Because I was going to
I,
redo it in another book.
Makes sense.
And she also says this. He said a blade type blaster. Is there something I should be concerned about with? Because I haven't really seen these before.
Well, the blaster written within my pages
Would you like to make
looks...
Would you like to make it?
Looks... What is it?
Okay, the blaster you have in your pages, since you have 3 dedicated pages to the Gaster Blaster designs, I'll say you have 3 separate designs.
Yeah.
Currently,
First...
the current 2 Gaster uses are his magic element and his bone element based one. However, the void element one, which is the type Hera would most likely be using, from what you know...
The third one is the void element.
And since you just have it written, you more or less know everything about it, and oh dear fucking god, what the actual fuck is he thinking?
Wow.
Giving her a spell like this?
Exactly.
Because basically,
Just-
so
This could end up killing someone easily.
that
Yes.
and 2 also, Libran,
It
from
has
what you know,
65.
you also know the
55,
actual
but still.
design, what it looks like. And have you ever seen like some of the fan-made design for Gaster blasters that Gaster uses?
I know
It's a
the
drip
hand plates one.
You know Call of the Void, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
That one. The one that breaks the box.
So it's like, you know, this thing is fucking horrifying to just looking at the fucking thing is terrifying. Like, you literally can't look at the thing without feeling like your mind is literally getting torn out of your skull. Because Void Element is just that unstable of an element.
It's essentially like a chaos element.
Except even
It's
worse.
a plot element.
It's plot element. It's the plot element.
Not the plot element.
So it can
And
be...
she has the plot element.
which makes it, which literally could just make her life, which could quite literally just make existence suffering.
Yeah.
Like, in context, technically speaking, just having Void Element could just make it so you're permanently in constant pain 24/7.
Darn.
Like, that's...
Luckily, regulating this for her.
Thank fucking God you have a piece of Gaster in you.
Also, I'm redesigning Libran. Just a quick redesign.
Alright.
Uh,
To some degree, actually, real quick, Libran, I need you to roll me aggressive.
Alright.
is it anyone?
Quick. Not mine. Tell me when to stop rolling.
And stop.
Oh. Oh no. You have the
15.
over... 14 plus 3?
15?
That's 17.
Oh,
buddy.
14 plus 3, that's 17.
Yeah.
I was thinking about mine.
Libran has the overwhelming urge to pull Gaster out of Hera and start beating the shit out of him. Is he going to do so?
Is he?
Well, that's up to you, Gamma. Is Libran gonna do that? Would Libran want to do
I
this?
am desperately holding back. Because I know this is still a child.
The child doesn't know what the fuck they've done wrong. And to hurt the child...
Well, I mean...
But on the other hand, it's my literal abuser, so...
I mean, if you pull Gaster out, you wouldn't be hurting Hera. It's just a case of,
No, but it depends on the way that he does that.
Yeah.
They does that.
So Libran is just struggling to not lose his shit right now.
Okay, first you had given her the void element, and then on top of that you gave her your fucking worst blaster?
You literally gave
Worst
her a
is
Bro, what
causes
is
the most destruction?
You literally gave her a spell that could cause her to go insane, you ass. What the fuck are you thinking? You're giving a 14-year-old a spell that could damage her psyche.
And over this internal debate, I start loudly screaming wingdings. Specifically entry number 17.
Arca and Nan are a bit taken aback.
Does
by the
Gaster
sudden
respond
scream.
inside of Hera? Does Gaster respond inside of Hera?
From the back of your mind, Hera, you do hear a bit of a giggle. It's like, oh boy. Oh dear. Uh-oh.
Come out, you sick bastard!
She just she smiled softly, just like,
I think I pissed him off. Oh boy.
she speaks one word or two words. He's giggling.
I'm gonna fucking kill you!
So are you gonna tear Gaster out of Hera?
Avada Kedavra.
Is that what Libran's doing?
I mean,
And it's us.
let's make like intelligence roll to like try to calm him down.
I think that technically that would be a passive roll, actually.
Yeah, right.
And this is in.
Which, oh boy, you have a 0 in.
Oh, and also
You're not
my
allowed to be
robes
passive.
are shifting with words. Just they're scrambling. There's like a bunch of different words describing several emotions like fear.
You rolled it too.
Destruction.
Yeah, you have absolutely no control. You cannot
So I
calm
just
yourself.
became Broly.
So basically, you just casual. So basically, Aaron.
Get your ass out of here, wingdings!
So real quick, Aaron. Aiden. Remember, I'm talking to Aaron real quick. Aaron, what you see is suddenly, Libran just says, "Get the fuck out," as he then just puts his hand on Hera's chest, and suddenly it sinks into her flesh violently.
I have no hands, technically.
Well, yeah, technically yes, but you get what I mean. Like,
She-
as you violently tear Gaster out in the most aggressive and really not careful way possible. So I need to roll. So Hera is going to need to make a physical roll real quick. Tell me when to stop rolling.
She has +3.
Tell
What
me.
is the DC?
Considering what he just did, it's somewhat high.
Oh, by the way, the fire on his head has on their head has completely stopped.
What did you say? Stop?
Stopped.
I did say no.
What? Damn it! I didn't.
Oh, 9, 10.
No, I didn't.
Okay.
I didn't hear you say stop. Did you say stop? I didn't. I misheard.
I did now.
Oh, god damn it! Do you want to just go with that 7 + 3, or do you want to re-roll?
Yeah.
Jacob, can you use your phone to call mom?
Yeah, I want to go with that 7 + 3 because that's closer.
Alright. Either way, it doesn't win technically. However, it is closer. Basically, Aaron, what you see is as he tears Gaster out, Hera, you're suddenly, like, you are shaking. Like, you can barely...
She's in pain. She's
like,
naturally in pain.
like you are like an actual... Like, you just felt someone reach their hand physically into your chest and rip it out.
Your being.
And force close the wound. By effectively, like...
then, hold on,
by
and
best
then,
described as
like,
burning it with magic.
She collapses onto the floor.
Fire
In insane
surrounding
amounts of
Lybrand's
pain.
head and coming out of his eyes have just completely stopped, and his left iris is still glowing, but his right eye is completely, like, just, there's a purple glow coming out of it with the crack, like, also shining through.
Aaron is gonna try to punch some sense into Libran.
Like, you're not, like, on the
Physically
floor,
punch some
but,
sense.
like,
You just
you're
no,
collapsing.
He
Like,
So
Hera's
Aaron
collapsing,
just
but she's not
out here.
on the ground. He is
no,
basically...
she's like on her hands and knees.
Yeah.
So is Gaster out of her, or?
Yeah, he's current,
Yes,
like,
Esther's out of her, and she's now
he's
in
in your
agony
hands.
because void.
I'm not letting you go, you sick, perverted bastard.
So, Aaron's gonna punch Lybrand in the face?
Yeah.
Alright, he's going to roll physical, then.
Okay.
Let's see.
By the way, is Gaster the shape of a soul?
No, Gaster is the shape of a face.
You know that white face entity, like, sprite I use for, like, those weird...
Yeah, that.
Yeah, like, it's one of
That one.
those.
Yes,
like,
exactly.
The idea is that, like, that's a fragment of Gaster, and that's the closest it can resemble his face, really.
Like it's gaseous.
Alright, that's a 13.
No, not particularly.
And that's a 13.
Punch him in the face.
Since Lybrand is focused on beating the shit out of Gaster, he's not gonna... Suddenly, he's just gonna get socked in the fucking face.
Punched in the face.
Not... I mean, it's not hard, but it's hard enough to,
no,
like...
it's a jock. We're talking about a jock, a massive motherfucker
Oh,
just
yeah.
going wham.
It's a 13. It hurts. Like, it catches your attention. Like, it hurts.
You're
You
strong,
dumb bastard, give that
but
back.
I am beyond strength.
Gaster will then say, Lybrand! Lybrand, stop! Look at what... Lybrand, stop! Look at the child! As he attempts
The
to...
child is also slowly starting to get covered in black.
Somewhat.
She no longer has the ability to regulate her void magic,
Oh, yeah.
and it is starting
Yeah.
to do the thing that it's supposed to do.
Yeah. Like, it's not gonna kill her.
Non-existence is the damn thing.
It's not gonna kill her, but dear God, is she in agony right now. Lybrand.
No, one of her legs is now completely just for the moment.
Aiden.
Until Gaster gets put back in her, it's gone for the moment.
The child...
Tagging the floor because
She cannot regulate that. Stop. Not only that, she's also, like, she coughed up a bit of blood. Like, enough that it's on Lybrand, too.
yeah. She's like just in agony on the floor, and Aaron is pissed. Aaron is so pissed. He is not going to stop punching you in the face until you fix whatever the fuck you've done. He's no clue. Bro doesn't have
Can I
that
try
kind
to
of intellect.
absorb this piece of Gaster? Be like, I'm making sure you can't hurt anyone else.
But when you do that, you're going to kill Hera.
Well, at least as far as Aaron can tell, at least. At least that's what Aaron believes.
Heal choir.
And with it, Arca and
Heal
Non
choir do
are
not
also...
work.
With that in mind, is Lybrand going to give the piece back to Hera? Or is he just still too enraptured in it all?
I mean, we could roll.
Well, I mean...
I'll strike you up a deal, Gaster. How about you stop giving 14-year-olds the power of destruction?
As you're kind of doing this, Aaron is still punching you in the face. Arca is just...
Aaron is now
I'm
in
just
the
like-
chest, just
I'm
straight up
just
the
like,
chest,
hey,
trying to beat
one.
the shit out of you.
I talked to Gaster for a second, and I'm like, hey, 1 second. I turn over to Aaron, and I'm like, hey, can you stop that? I'll fix your sister here in a second, man.
He's very pissed off at you right now, and he's like, "You better fucking fix her."
Don't worry, don't
And-
worry. I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, and Arca steps up. Don't worry, Aaron. I've got this. And with it, with suddenly a voice far more fierce than what you'd expect from this literal 16-year-old, Arca grabs Gaster and says, "As heir of the primordial dark world, I order you to hand him over now." As he tears him from your hand like nothing, as Arca then just tears the piece of Gaster out of your hands like nothing.
Hera is
By the
screaming
way,
on the floor.
must I'm going to say something right now. Libran looks completely different. Like, his fire has just completely stopped.
Oh yeah, like, they're noticing it. They're just more focused on the fact that, Hera is kind of half a
He's in
void
pain. He's in agony.
and is like kind of screaming. Also the
On
fact
the floor
and
with a leg missing, the leg just got covered in black, and suddenly just went.
yeah, like,
Also, the crack on his head has widened a little bit more. Just a little bit.
like they see it. They're just not technically acknowledging it. Like,
They're not noting it.
They're
They're not
noting it at the
acknowledging it
moment.
because you're being a dick.
Also, what's more, that and two, Hera's more noticeable, and also Arca suddenly having a voice 10 times more powerful than what they did before.
Alright, relax.
As like
Everything's
he holds,
cool.
Hera
I
is
do
not
that-
relaxing. She is on the
do
floor
that-
in agony.
I do that thing, like, from Hercules, where, frickin', what's his name? Shit.
Hades?
Hades, yeah. He does that thing where, like, he, spikes
Relax,
back
relax.
his, just,
Yeah.
we're calm.
Slicks back his hair, but there's nothing.
Back his hair, like nothing happened. And the fire just continues, and I'm like, alright, I must admit, I overreacted.
oh really? You think? And one more thing.
I didn't say I think, I said I overreacted.
As he's then going to,
Hera is reaching out for the Gaster piece on the floor in agony.
as Arca is going
Screaming.
to hand over, as he's going to put the Gaster piece in the hand. However, he is going to hold it along with Hera, so that Hera can use its power. However, Libran does seem to be trying to talk to Gaster, and it's very clear if Libran, and he's pretty convinced that if, or I keep saying he, I'm sorry, they, Arca is a they. Fucking, don't forget that.
I keep forgetting too, it's okay.
Fucking,
Just,
So, yeah, the piece gets pulled into her hand,
so she can use
and
its
her
power.
leg suddenly pops back into existence.
Basically, you and Arca are holding hands, holding Gaster in it. Is how I could best describe it. So that
Yeah.
Libran could
He's
talk
on the
to-
floor. He's panting now. She is pissed. Now she is pissed.
Arca's actually going to, like, try
Yes.
and help her off the ground, too.
Arca's hand is squeezed very, very hard. To put
Alright.
it that way.
Okay, Nan's going to step up with a, okay, since this is clearly a scene, let's have some dialogue. Not action, alright?
Arca's gonna have to roll. Or not Arca. Hair is going to have to roll physical, I think, because fire breath. She is very, very angry. There's now steam coming out of her nose, or no, smoke coming out of her
As you try and
nose.
start building energy up, Gaster will actually note and go, Hera, calm yourself. If you still want to attack him, when we're done talking, you can do that. For now, we need to calm. Right now, you especially need to relax. Breathe, child. Breathe. You need...
She
Here
inhales and
beginneth
exhales.
a treatise, how the High Father of Heaven sendeth death to summon every creature to come and give account of their lives.
And you would know that is something I cannot do. What is it that you want to discuss, Libran? Considering you damn near caused the child to collapse on the floor, trying to talk to me.
Let's start. Alright, well, let's see here. You gave
At this point,
a
Gaster is actually taking the front row.
16-year-old one of your most destructive weapons, of which you put here in my here pages.
Yes.
At this point, Gaster is actually taking the front wheel. Just to be 100% clear.
At this point, Hera's just letting Gaster do whatever, because she's just... If she keeps trying to do...
One of which that we used to seal me away. I do not like being reminded of how I was sealed away.
And need I remind you, this cycle of banishing heavens has gone on for multiple millennium and is getting faster and faster. At this point, we cannot just sit around and wait for wait until we eventually lose.
You're cutting out.
You're cutting out. Hey, Jack.
God damn it.
Here, could you repeat that?
And if you
Yeah,
recall,
a lot of that.
if you recall, this cycle of heaven banishment has been repeating for millennium and is getting faster. We can't just sit around and wait until we eventually lose.
Yet you give a child the power to destroy. Like, I understand, man. Like, but come on. A child? How about someone more capable? Like, oh, I don't know, one of your fricking journals.
And need I remind you, you wanted to be locked away.
Yes, because of what you wrote in me. Need I remind you? What you did, Javelin Spamton, and the rest. I'm forever stuck with those memories. See, Jevil and frickin' Spamton have already been equipped by Chris
I'm
and
well
their
aware.
fun game.
I'm well aware.
Me, however, I'm not doing that. No.
I had no intentions of making you like that. What it is that at this point, I believe our current party is too merciful. If we are to make sure the angels are gone this time and finally break this cycle, we have
Saying
to
that again.
take... Did you hear the part where I called this party too merciful?
Yes. Too merciful.
Too merciful. With it, if we want to make sure this cycle ends...
That was the last word we heard.
Make sure this cycle ends for good, we have to take risk. We've played it safe for too long.
What's better? No Dark World, or a miserable one?
I don't know. How about a world
Interesting.
where this cycle doesn't have where we don't have to risk that at all?
And we can do that. However, if you keep giving powers like this to children like her,
She was,
I'm afraid there might not be a future.
despite what you may think, and despite your many points of opposition, Hera is out of the candidates. While perhaps she wasn't proper for the gang itself, for using Void Element, she was our best option.
You're gonna have to repeat since.
Basically, he basically said, while she may not have been a proper candidate to join the Neo Fuck Squad or the Neo Fun Gang or whatever, she was the best candidate to give Void Element to. If we want this plan to work, we need to use the best options available, even if it's dangerous. It being dangerous is why I'm here.
She actually pipes up and says, he's regulating in wingdings, and is kind of face down again, looking at the ground while Gasser continues to talk.
For ye shall hear. Our heavenly king calleth every man to a general reckoning.
And every man will go there when it is his time. When I am called, I will let myself be judged for every sin, Libran. But now is not that time for my judgment.
Hera actually gets up, stands up fully at this point. She's recovered enough to do so.
Is enough to do so without Arca's help as well, or
Enough to do so without Arca's help.
as Arca realized that, he lets go of Hera's hand and walks actually a bit closer to Libran.
Her scar is actually dark because Gasser's in control at the moment. It's her magic that's flowing. Her magic's not there anymore. It's not flowing there. That's all that is.
I will admit to it, Libran. I have done wrong by many. But as right now, I believe the only person who can say I have done wrong by Hera is Hera herself.
Of which, she says in her mind, you haven't. She says that in her mind so that Gasser hears it, but not Libran.
Oh my. Well. Let's...
Are you trying to say something, Gamma? Did your mic cut out on accident? Because I didn't hear you.
No, nothing happened. Oh, you see... Well, you know about my scar on my right eye. Why? And I know Hera's the best candidate. But why can't I just eventually learn some void magic? Why didn't you activate that part of me that you left
Libran, if I had activated, you and I both know had I activated that, you would have destroyed yourself long before these two would have even gotten to New Home Academy. You hated the knowledge I gave you. You hated the power it would give you. You hate me. Let me just give you even more reasons to do so.
Perhaps then. But now, I'm a changed person.
In her mind, she pipes up, "No, you're not. You're still a jerk." See, Liran has done wrong to her. She is very angry about that still. She's not one to let go of grudges.
Oh no.
So at some point, there may be a backstabbing.
I mean, you could just...
At some point.
After this convo's done, you could just attack. You could just challenge Libran to a fight.
She's able to play her cards at least a little better than that.
Alright.
At this moment, she, actually now physically strong enough to do so, takes back control and says, "This conversation is over."
And I assume...
And starts walking away.
And pulls Gaster back in.
Oh, Gaster didn't leave. He was just speaking through her mouthpiece.
Well, I mean, does she pull Gaster back into her body, or does she still hold him in her hand?
He was speaking from her mouthpiece, as in from her mouth.
Wait, so he was...
He was in her. He was controlling her.
So he was literally in her... Alright. Okay.
He was already in there.
Right.
She turns and walks away. Because she is, frankly, done with him. Libran, I mean.
Aaron?
Gaster just saved her ass by re-regulating the void and putting her leg back. Aaron actually lets her go chill out for a minute because he knows there are times to follow her and times to just let it be.
So I assume she wanders
And I
a bit into
assume
Blue
that
Rock?
the rest of the gang is probably gonna talk to Libran about what he's done.
Yeah, because that was fucked up, dude.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Real quick. Arca already is like, you can tell by looking at them, they are not happy with what you just did. Like they straight up, they invoked the fact that they were the heir of the primordial dark world. Like, you could feel, like, something primordial emanating through their voice as they gave you orders. Like, you could just feel something changed with them when they did that. Arca is going to look you dead in the eye, and they're going to say in a rather callous tone, again, a very callous tone, like one you are very much not used to hearing Arca speak in. And they say, Libran, as a citizen of my kingdom, I do have some form of authority over you. And I will say this now. If you let yourself lose control and do something like that again, I will place you under official arrest. There will be consequences for that. Are we clear?
I'm assuming the word that you had gotten cut out of was arrest.
Yes, it was arrest. Basically,
I mean, arrest me all you want. It's just gonna make me even more chaotic when I'm out again. Since that worked last time, didn't it?
Oh, believe you me, there are forms of prison worse than, being in a cell.
Stealing.
Trust me, I know. I'll just turn into a worse version of Jebel. Of course, I don't expect you to know who that is, but you should, because he's a citizen of your kingdom. Or perhaps he left.
Oh, I know of him. God, I fucking wish I didn't. God, I fucking hate clowns.
Jesters.
Listen, I know
Same fucking
everything.
difference.
I know everything that Gaster did to those people. You do not understand the pain I've been through.
Is Aaron going to say something to Libran?
Aaron says, what makes you think that allows you to hurt her?
Fools.
Fools maybe we be. You're still in the wrong.
She is but a means to an end to him.
He's been treating her a lot better than you have.
Still, means to an end.
That doesn't give you the right to try to tear a part of her out.
Not also, mind you, Libran, you still have that like upchuck of blood, like that speckle of blood on your face, by the way. Like, you slicked back your hair, you have not washed your face. Like,
I've not.
Like, it's, like, some of it's on the teeth, too. This entire time you've tasted it. You just have not realized you've been tasting blood.
Adrenaline's still so high I don't realize that I'm tasting blood.
Aaron is... You know what she's probably going to do right now? She's probably going to go back into that field and kill everything in it and around it.
Considering she went this way initially, I'm gonna see where I'm gonna roll a d4 to see where she randomly ends up in Blue Rock.
Oh, I was actually placing her in the fields.
Oh, you're at...
When I had made her wander.
Oh,
that was actually specific to the fields.
I thought you just... Oh, sorry. I thought we had...
No, that wasn't I'm gonna wander around. No, that was her going to the fields.
I didn't realize.
To start murdering.
Damn it. Shit. I was really hoping you'd go further into Blue Rock. Shit.
No, she doesn't want to go further into Blue Rock. She wants to let out some stress right now. And the easiest way to do that she knows of is murdering some robots.
So she's specifically going out of her way to find robots, not people?
No, if she happens to find a person along the way, they may or may not become dust.
No, but like but you specifically said she was going to destroy robots. So like, she'll destroy...
Oh yeah, she will find robots.
She'll destroy whoever she finds. But in this specific case, yeah, she's hoping she can find some robots.
Yeah.
Mine is the Libran Aaron scene with Non and Arca still going on. You guys still talking, or should we...
Aaron says, let her go. She's hopefully not going to kill any people. She needs some time to herself.
Trust me, I know. So do I. I mean, it's not like I'm ever alone anyways.
He just sighs and, takes out one of his items. The Giga Sword, to be exact.
Which sword?
The Giga Gun Sword. The Giga Gun Sword.
Ah, right. Ah, yes, the Giga Gun Blade.
What you gonna do with that? Shoot me?
No. I want to let him have his word. I'm pretty sure he's heard everything. She allows the Gunblade to become he allows the Gunblade to become a person.
Oh, he's allowing King Dioma... He's asking King Dioma to come out.
He's asking King Dioma to speak some sense into this bitch.
Would you like to ask Mimi his cold head crowned as well, or no?
Sure.
Mimi, they're a bit surprised you're actually asking them for their opinion on something. But with it, Mimi kind of pipes up a bit. She's a bit meekly, since she's evidently you can feel by how she's kind of shaking. Lybrand's aggression has scared her. You think she might be more scared of him than she is of you. And that's pretty impressive considering you borderline threatened her into becoming a piece of armor for you. As she says, even with what you know of him, maybe things have changed. Maybe he's changed. Maybe things aren't as bad as you think they are. Or maybe things will work out all right.
You're hilarious. You should be a stand-up comedian.
Let them speak.
Dioma is actually a bit more... actually comes up and is a bit more... He has a bit more to say.
Oh, look. And here comes the comedian's sidekick. You've got to say to me, buddy.
Do not...
He
Make me
pats
laugh with the funny
the
words,
cold-headed
man.
man on the back to, calm her down.
Do not mock me, book. Do you know what I am?
Yeah, you're King Dioma. You're the King of Diamonds card, or whatever.
I don't mean that. I mean, do you know my species?
I know you're what now?
Species.
Card Darkner? Darkner?
Perhaps not.
Maybe I should be a stand-up comedian.
He looks to you, Aaron. This motherfucker.
He smiles.
I am a Rudin Royal. In fact, which, to you, Lybran, immediately goes, I'm sorry, fucking excuse me? You're what?
Okay.
No, I don't mean in a no, I mean like in a, I'm sorry, like, not in the, you don't know what that is way, like, as in the, like, I'm sorry, you're fucking what? Kind of way. Like, you're in genuine disbelief. Because you know what Rudins are.
I wouldn't know what, I don't think I would know what that was. Because, you know.
Alright. Wait, which, I mean, you were sealed, you were Gaster's journal, so you would, and you were a Darkner, though, I mean, how, I
wouldn't remember much of
he would
Dioma.
at least know that each card has a king.
I know that. I know that, but, like, I wouldn't know anything else, so I'm like, you're a what now?
Oh, you...
Like, not in the surprised way, just like in the, that sounds fancy, but I have no idea what that is.
Oh, wow. How long were you in that desk drawer for? Jesus.
10, 15 years.
Fucking... Well, do you know what Rudins are?
I mean, duh, obviously.
Then you would also know their evolution into Rudin Rangers.
Rudin Ranger. That is the word he was missing.
Rudin Ranger. Sorry, did it cut off at Ranger?
Yeah, let me guess. You went further beyond or something.
Well, I'm correct, but I don't think you quite realize. I am the first Rudin Royal to ever ascend to the rank to ever become this in 100 years.
So you're saying that if a Rudin were to train hard enough, that they could just become you?
No, what I'm saying is, I could probably break you in fucking half. Watch your goddamn word when you say sidekick, buddy.
Don't you mean words? I am a book, after all.
There, don't be a smartass. But when it comes right down to it, I have seen much and I have learned much. I may not know the full story of I may not know your full story. I may not know this full story. In truth, I may not know enough to necessarily confidently say...
You can know.
God damn it. I may not know enough to confidently say I know Gaster, or that things will be fine. But I know the world well enough to understand this. You are acting as a fucking maniac.
Maniac is the word that was missing there.
Yeah, call me the maniac. The hair is literally going off, and, remind me again. Murdering a bunch of robots. Out of anger.
Well,
Not like you wouldn't have done the
She
same.
got hurt a little bit.
It wasn't a bit.
well, at least that's a better outlet than literally reaching your hand, or, well, than better alternative to literally reaching your body into someone and tearing something out of them. For God's sake, do you have any idea? You could have theoretically torn an organ out. You have power.
Know. I'm a freaking book. I've had pages torn out of me. I know how it feels. I knew what I was doing.
Really now?
Then
Just
that excuses you even less.
Really? Just like how I supposedly thought I knew what I was doing when I was drinking darkness from that dark fountain. I thought I know what I was...
you became... this?
No. But when it came right down to it, I thought I knew what I was doing. However, I was literally drinking artificial darkness from a dark fountain. Maybe, just maybe I wasn't all there. Maybe next time you feel the urge, maybe next time you should think and question if maybe you're making the right choices. Or next time you feel like that, just scream into the ground.
And how exactly am I supposed to get back up?
Dude.
You have legs. Use them, you idiot.
I don't have legs. I'm literally a cover with sheets and a floating skull above. That is all I am.
Then how are you getting to the floor in the first place?
That's a good question. How am I doing that?
Okay, listen. Next time you get so angry you feel like you want to do that, just blast magic into the ground. Okay?
Fool, you can't use TP outside of battle unless you want to end up like Hera.
Never said a spell, I just said magic. You were blasting quite a lot of raw magic energy that wasn't really used for any spells with that rage of yours, pal.
Look,
Just
dude,
saying.
I have so much energy that I have to actively put it into my skull to put it out of my head. So if I were to use magic, you might not have a city.
Either way, when it comes right down to it, you're the adult here. Act
I mean,
like it.
I was gone for like 15 years of that, so yeah, not really good comparison.
Well then, Aaron,
Aaron
guess.
speaks up.
Well then, Aaron, I guess
Aaron
you'll have to
speaks
be
up.
you'll have to be the adult of the party. I'm going back into weapon form.
He puts his hand out and his other hand out for the cold-hearted crown, so that he can put them back in his inventory.
Yeah. I mean, to be fair, it was more like they were just partially de-transforming. It's why I put Mimi on your head.
Yeah, on top of me.
Yeah, it's like, basically the crown on your head was like halfway turned into a person.
A small person, yeah, I get it. But the Giga Gunblade was a full person, was he not?
He was more or less. Granted, his tail was in your hand.
So he just... Go ahead. I've got some words too. You're acting like an angsty little bitch teenager. Get your damn act together.
Listen, that's kind of
No,
what I
I'm not
mentally
listening.
am.
You haven't been.
That's kind
You've
of
been
what I mentally
mouthing
am.
off. You've been mouthing off.
Plus 16
Harming
years
my
of no
fucking
social
sister.
interaction other than those gasters, repeating the same lines that I've been forced to read over and over and over again.
Yet you're still fucking sane.
I mean, that's a bold statement.
All right, so real
Well,
quick,
you're not trying to tear my
subtly,
throat out, are you?
Evidently, you know how Libran said "and over and over." Evidently, Libran is still repeating that. So there's two voices coming from Libran, the normal one talking to Aaron in this conversation, and there's a very
That's what I'm.
yeah. There's also a very quiet voice playing in the background, just saying "and over and over and over and over."
Over.
Yes. Yeah. So define sanity, then come back. and
Not
talk.
trying, keeping yourself together in a conversation like you have been. If you're a fucking teenager, that's not even... Let me word this to you real quick. If whatever age you are, you should already know hitting someone is bad. Nearly killing them is a fucking worse situation. And you almost killed my sister. I should be tearing pages out of your book.
As you
but
say
you
that,
see,
Non actually
no.
does pull you a bit away from Libran as you say that.
Ooh, so
Non
scary.
does get a bit in between you. It's like, Aaron, calm down.
I'm not gonna touch him.
I get that. You're letting it get to you. I don't think he meant...
My point is that I'm keeping myself together in an actual righteous rage versus your little stupid words being repeated over and over to you.
Oh, you fools! You can't
Shut
see
up with
far
the
beyond.
fool bit. You're
You
already
cannot
being a fool by
see far
speaking.
beyond your righteous anger.
At this point,
Aaron,
you're just a child.
I think you've gotten your point across, Aaron. Libran, regardless of how you feel, that was reckless. You and I can both... we all can recognize that. That was dangerous. Things could have gone really bad. I don't know the full thing about what was going on with her, but... could you really live with yourself if what you did accidentally caused that little girl to die? Could you really live with yourself?
Permanently removing that bastard. Sacrifices must be made.
But you would know, I think Libran would know that that's not even Gaster. That's a part of him. A little itty bitty baby part of him. That's not Gaster. You should know that. Or at least that's not all of him. So if he removed that, he could have just... the rest of Gaster could have came back and gave her another piece. Or, better yet, murdered you, sent you to the void. But I guess none of that crossed his mind.
I was in a false void for 15 years. And 15.
Oh, no. I didn't say that in character. I was just sort of narrating.
I mean, he can say that to Non in character, because I still think that would work.
I was in a false
I don't
void.
think Aaron knows of the void.
They don't know of the void, but, you know, Libran would still be willing to... could probably still talk about it, since, you know...
Fair enough.
Look, I was trapped in a false void for 10 to 15 years. I barely had any time to develop. Besides, just like the prophecy, I am repetitive. I only know what is inside my pages.
He chuckles. Then how about we give you some new ones?
All my pages are full. What are you gonna do? Take me to some local library or craftsman, install new pages, write some stuff into me.
I mean, hey,
If it keeps you from being an angry little gremlin of an adult, then yes, we would.
I mean,
Aaron,
no.
please.
Permanently alter stuff about me. Go ahead. Tear out all my pages. Make sure that we don't know much about Gaster anymore.
I never said we were tearing out any pages. I said we were adding some new ones back.
Wouldn't that just... seriously, wouldn't that just, make me, more angsty?
If you knew how to control your emotions, maybe not.
Libran, I may not know what that would be like, but I can say this.
See him...
I want to help you. I want to figure out I want to be your friend. And I do want everyone. And I want everything to work out. So I will ask you, please, just next time you get that extreme, just talk to us. Please.
See him laugh? Starts to chuckle a bit.
Or, God's
Starts
sake, hell,
laughing.
later tonight, we'll share a room. Tell me what it was like in that void. It might help you cope with it better.
Starts laughing maniacally. And that maniacal laughing starts turning into tears.
Nan is just gonna pat you on the back.
And he looks at you a little softer. Because in his heart of hearts, he's seeing that, yeah, he is a kid. Just with the ability of an adult. The mind of a child inside the body of an adult. That's all this is.
And I mean, all things considered, it's not like Aaron would really be any better. He's like freshly 18.
And by the way,
better
out of
than
character.
Libran. He hasn't laid hands on anyone.
I mean, he did
Out of
threaten
character,
Or
real quick.
metaphorical hands. He threatened to, but that doesn't mean he did.
Out of character. No hard feelings, right? I did not mean for it to go that far.
If Aaron had to, he would have gone to doing the same thing that you did to her. I'll be quite honest with you. He's somewhat of a protective brother. He cares for his sis.
Oh, yeah. It's like...
I get it.
I mean, he hasn't...
I have young...
Well, perhaps he... I mean, all things considered, when he threatened to King Dioma, he didn't just threaten to kill him, he threatened to kill him using HP exchange, which would have literally consumed his life essence.
Consumed, that was the last word we heard.
Basically, while Aaron may not have necessarily... I mean, all things considered, Aaron may want to think he's better than Libran, but, he basically threatened to eat someone. When it came to King Dioma.
That's not the same as doing it. That's not the same as doing it.
I mean, he was gonna.
Doesn't mean he did.
Yeah.
Libran over here just walked over to a child.
And casually...
To quote a meme here, casually approaches child and tries to rip their fucking soul out of their chest. Or at least that's what Aaron saw.
Listen, alright, technically, that child approached me.
The child is actually in place. And you approached the child
casually.
After you
oh my god,
your shit.
We need to recreate the casually approached child meme with Librarian and Hera now. We need to do that.
Yeah, and Hera as the child.
You should get, We should get a. Dude.
We should get Blur to do that. I need to commission Blur.
Yeah, we should get Blur on this. Get the casually approached
He's
child.
just to be 100% clear with you. He's not doing scales again.
Also, I wasn't lying about that whole like he creates the fire around his head because of the excess magic he has. That's an actual thing.
Makes sense. I mean, for a magical
Yeah,
for a magical creature, it makes sense. If they produce excess magic, they need a way to regulate it.
Vent it.
Yeah, just
If they hold it all in, they essentially like their power increases tenfold.
However, they also run the risk of exploding because you're condensing all
Like
that
I just
power inside of a skull.
That makes sense.
Boom. Big boom.
Kabloom.
No. Final explosion, Vegeta. There you go.
Casually approach child. Grasp the child's soul firmly. Yeet the soul.
Firmly
And
grasp
Have a
it!
fucking conversation.
Oh fuck! God, I need to send the fucking firmly grasp it frame to Blur 2 and have it fucking and have it be fucking Libran taking fucking Gaster. Yeah, instead of it,
Gaster's face getting grabbed.
If he does it, if he does the grasp child firmly, he should just have it be like a squeezed gaster, it like squeezed in the shape of a hand, because Libran doesn't
actually have a hand.
oh yeah, he doesn't actually have it. Like, technically speaking, whenever he grabs stuff, he's technically extending his leather / his binding, like it's some sort of tendril.
Let's just say it's telekinesis, brother. It's so much simpler to say he's using telekinesis in the form of a mage-type hand.
Yeah, they are.
Oh, they're alive? Are they alive enough?
You mean, are they alive enough?
Alive enough to get into the VC.
Huh. Also, their telekinesis is the same thing. Like, that's probably how I'm gonna explain away how he can get back up using the excess magic.
To just push off the ground.
Underneath
There's
his
so
robe.
much excess magic that he can bend the laws of physics within like a foot of him.
Basically, underneath
That's
this
what magic
robe,
is.
it's literally just a pillar of energy.
That's literally it.
He's just a robe, a pillar of energy, and a skull.
And a
A
skull.
very flexible robe of energy, but
Yeah.
Pillar of energy, yeah. Can we see what Hera's doing?
At the current moment? Alright, let's see if she...
Found.
You know what? Fuck it, I'm gonna just flip a coin for this. Call heads
Roll
or
the full
tails.
dice. If he finds a person who's not a robot, they will be concluded. Oh.
Did you call...
Heads.
Could I change Libran's design eventually to be like a striped robe? Because the lore with Undertale, where every child has like a striped shirt.
Though you're not a child, you're an adult's body.
So, Hera has in fact found a robot to murder.
How many?
Let's see. 3 robots to murder.
What are they?
Alright, let me real quick open the enemy list so I can roll that again real quick.
I mean, there's
And
two mainly that are here.
And thankfully, I have now added a fucking numbers to this list.
Thank you. That is probably very, very helpful.
Yes.
In a way that I probably don't see right now.
Mine, okay.
But that's just because I'm the player and you're the DM.
Why
That's why you're the DM.
Why the heck did Libran's lore go from mysterious, spooky guy to
To angsty fucking child.
Well, I mean, you.
I don't know.
Well, in all technicality, it's. Oh. Wow, that's really fucking unfortunate. Because
Are you
that's.
seriously gonna cut it off here?
I mean, do you want to do one round of combat real quick?
Why not just finish the combat? It's 3 robots. She's going to eat them.
You sure about that one? Because you could get nothing but melee fighters.
She has parry for free.
Yeah, but you know, you can still take
For
damage.
free. Yeah, she can still take damage, but she has 48 HP.
How much HP does Libran have again?
I believe it's less.
Libran at the current moment has 16.
Out of 7.
Oh no, this is
Bro
this
takes
17.
the meaning of glass cannon.
This 17
to a
is
whole
for his
new
attack.
level.
This 17 is his attack stat.
That's cool, but 16 of it.
He has 16
He
out
only
of
has
16. Yeah, forms have a D8 for HP, and sadly they don't get as many per level
As
up.
humans.
Yeah, per level up.
Humans get 1 every level.
Yeah, they get more than forms do, technically, I think. Since
I mean,
Humans get a
if
lot
you
more than
think about
forms
it,
do.
forms are literally just like anomalous objects. So
it's literally just a soul taking the element of an item and
speaking of which, what the was Spamton? Like, what was his
No.
physical?
spam mail.
Oh,
If you
Not
do
physical.
if you do Snowgrave, you actually find the trash can full of spam emails, implying that, you know, as you were
he was in a computer from variety.
printing them
He was
out
a
for some
salesman.
reason.
Right.
Yeah.
Ah.
Like Spamton's
I-
he's spamware. He's literally
To be
spamware.
fair, we were playing in a computer lab, I believe.
Yeah.
In the computer lab of the school. Am I correct?
Not the school, it was the library.
A library's computer lab. Sorry.
Yeah.
Close enough. A room full of technology. There's going to be some spamware.
Oh god.
In any case,
That's about
what did we get?
Did I really accidentally misnumber this? Well, that's incredibly fucking infuriating. I feel like a fucking idiot now.
Whoa, hey there, pal. Hey there, friend, buddy, chum.
Because
pal, friend.
I accidentally realized I was 1 extra number up like a dumbass.
Also, could you send me the character sheet
Oops.
here,
sticky
here in a
keys.
bit?
Oh, yeah. I will send
Oh,
you the
by the way,
character sheet.
Are you ever gonna make this into like a PDF, or do you need someone to make this into a PDF?
It is technically a text file, I believe. It's a zip file at the very least.
Yeah.
I've downloaded all this stuff, so I do know.
If I can figure out how to make PDF files, it's probably not hard. So first
I mean, I
things
believe there's something called Adobe PDF or something like that.
first, things first.
You can convert TXT files and
Rabic.
digital picture files to PDFs with certain apps.
I just realized
Oh.
that half these episodes are just us explaining the lore.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm the newest person here, and I'm still explaining more.
We might as well just get a podcast where we just discuss lore at this point, and it would probably go viral because people love
Lore.
lore.
People love
and
that
podcasts.
stuff.
Well, specifically, teenage and middle-aged men love podcasts, but nevertheless.
Good enough.
Did I delete them?
So, Rudin.
You find a Mecha Rooting
Bloxer.
Ranger, a Mecha Blocks, a Bloxer Bot, a Bloxer Bot, and a Rab, and actually, what fuck? I'm trying to think of a clever like robo name for Rabic. Robic.
Rabot.
Yeah, that works. Rabot.
I just realized something. Hera never heard that whole conversation, so she's not gonna understand shit.
Oh,
I
yeah.
mean, yeah. I mean, if someone explains it to her, she has a high chance of understanding. But
Hera, you found and rather easily found yourself a quick group of 3 thrash machines. As you walk out and see them, target spotted, engaging.
she giggles rather coldly.
So you just do what Majin Buu did in Kai and go.
Call a number between
Yeah, she's
1
kind
and...
of a chaotic gremlin right now, so I'd say that, yeah.
Alright, then call a number between 1 and 10.
6.
They're going to call... The Bloxer bot is going to go call out 10.
Nobody. Oh.
Well, fuck. Well, they're going
I guess.
first.
I guess so. It's 10 on 10, yeah. Alright. You were hoping to choose the... You were hoping it was a 1, weren't you?
Enemies.
Bloxer bot, 3 parts.
Aren't they all melee? All 3 of those are melee.
I believe so. I believe these... I think actually specifically these guys have the option of both. They can choose in between which they want. They're probably... I mean, they're probably gonna... The Bloxer is probably gonna start out with the melee first. The Mecha Rudin Ranger is gonna lead with ranged, and Rabic bot, or Rabot just works, I guess. The
Rabot works.
Bot.
The Mecha Rudin is made of 2 parts, and the Rabot is made of 1.
Is one singular part.
Yep. Because, I mean, realistically, let's look at this thing. Would this thing be more than one? Would you really?
One has obviously 2 parts, one has obviously 1 part, and one has obviously 3 parts.
Yep.
More than 3. And just to say, the music would actually be extremely slow right now because her want to kill is basically considering her in Undertale terms. LV20 kills 999. By Undertale terms.
Spooky.
Scary skeletons.
Send shivers down my spine. Your spine. I fucked it up.
It's a blockbuster September.
Yes.
Coming to Disney
Yes, you
Plus. Are
fucked
ready?
it up.
For a limited time.
Just like everything
Man.
you do.
It's like Chris Pratt in his role as Mario. Just kidding. Don't.
Funny because he was just there right now. We cannot hear the...
Oh.
You might want to turn on your... No, it would actually be 50.
Man, I wish I could, Oh, sucks. Shame.
I guess pause it.
Join the party for real.
Oh, well. That's a shame. Oh well. Anyways, imagine Rude Buster, but slower.
Here, I'll do it.
And synthetic.
All three of them are going to
It's
target
actually a lot
you.
Yeah, okay. What do they do?
This one was the level. Yeah, this one was this one. This one was. Yeah, this one was that one. And let me go back down a bit to read up on the Myrick-Smith Ranger real quick, just so I can double check.
I mean, honestly, if it's just one combat, we should do the entire combat and just get it out of the way so we don't have anything to do next time and we can just get into the roleplay right away. So it'll just end after the combat's done. And after she gets back.
Alright, so we've got... Okay. This Myrick-Smith Ranger is going to start with his throwing knives. Which actually, no, the Myrick-Smiths can actually only... Their only weapons are ranged weapons. If he wants to do a melee attack, he would have to unequip his own
I see, so they only have throwing knives.
Yep, Myrick-Smiths do. And it's going to go on position 3. The Rabbit, I believe, is just going to... Since I should just be able to scroll up for that one.
Is, what? Couldn't hear you.
Throwing carrots, which are also a ranged weapon. Alright, then.
Ranged weapon.
And that's going to land on... Also position 3. Okay.
That's gonna be real easy for her to just nom.
Yeah. And however, the Bloxer is actually going to let these two make their attacks first. As it's going to watch. With it, let's see how much movement the root...
She goes over and eats the carrot.
4.
And eats the knife.
Actually, you might not need to, since...
No, she wants to. She needs TP.
So you're gonna... Well, here's the thing. Like, you don't need to, though. They're going to go to you. Remember? They don't know you can absorb their...
Oh, yeah, they're going to go... Yeah, go to me.
They don't know they don't know you can absorb their attacks. So...
Eat their attack, really, but...
And as you enter it, would you like to try and dodge this attack, or are you going to eat it?
This is the carrot, or this is the knife?
This is the knife. Note, it's still eatable because it's still a magic projectile. Actually, no, wait, hold up. I just realized something. It's a ranged projectile. Actually, no, wait. No. I'm fucking stupid. I completely forgot the entire point of being Orange Soul is that you just break shit. Yeah, you don't have a cost for magic break. You can just break projectiles. That's right. I'm stupid. You want to break this, or you want to dodge it?
She's just going to break it for free.
Alright.
She's going to take it by the hand and just... Like, not the handle, the blade, and just... Thing just explodes. Harmlessly.
Where is... There we go, there you are. I'm real quick copying and pasting these into their own separate notepads.
By the way, Rude Buster should be going real slow right now. Almost like the In My Way from Undertale.
Everyone defend!
Honestly, that's what she's gonna do. Is just defend until...
I was playing Deltarune and just listening to this.
Yeah, no. Oh wait, rabbits also have their teeth.
Can robots dodge? Quick question. Can robots actually just dodge?
Because they're made of multiple parts, technically no. Because in order for them to move, they have to move all of their pieces.
They have to move all 3 parts.
Yeah. Like, that's the big thing. Like, a big thing about Thrash machines is I made them... Like, I made it incredibly easy to kill them. Because, like, you're supposed to. It's hard for them to dodge. It's like I made the Thrash Machine enemy variant for the sole purpose of making it so you guys would be allowed to have encounters where you can kill things. Like, that is the sole purpose of the mecha variants. They exist so that the GM can give their players a way to get XP if they don't want
Real
to use,
XP.
if
they don't want to actually murder an entire population.
Yeah, if they don't want to use Milestone too, that also works.
Yeah.
Shouldn't there be a system like so? Yeah, Delta in Chapter 2.
There is. You can choose to non-lethally win combat. You just get less experience.
Yeah, and then when you enter a next
unless your Hera.
chapter,
Unless your Hera does not get that choice. She automatically tries to kill anything that she comes in contact with in a battle scenario. Which is why she was so handily picked by Gaster. Because y'all are taking too long.
Now, it's more like Gaster got a general read of the party and was like, shit, I don't think these guys are gonna kill the Angel. Just to make sure. Just to make
that the Angel
sure.
dies.
I might just help kill the Angel out of spite because of that.
Like, you find out Gaster thought you were too soft, and you're like, you fucker!
No, I'm gonna say it like Rules Card. Thou'st fucker, thou'st doubteth me. Well, guess what, motherfuckereth? I destroyedeth the Angel.
To be fair, you wouldn't have done that if she wasn't there.
True. Probably not.
But now Libran and Hera are gonna bond over strangling the Angel.
Destroying of an Angel.
They're gonna...
Oh no, she's not going to strangle it. No, she's going to do the same thing it did to her. She is going to burn it to a crisp until it can't feel feelings anymore.
Oh, so essentially Stranger Things Season 3.
I have not watched that, but probably.
Alternatively, just straight up...
All you need to know is
that or you're gonna strip it of all its limbs.
Oh, I'm not done ripping the wings off this butterfly yet.
Libran and Hera are gonna take turns tearing off each of its 6 wings. They're gonna make a contest to see who can tear one off the most painful.
I mean, at least Hera's gonna do that. I don't know about Libran. Because I don't speak for the Libran. I speak for the Hera.
Well, I speak for the angsty chaos child.
The funny part is that the actual child of the party just is psychotic. And then we have a book who is just absolutely insane.
16...
A gremlin child.
Right, 16 divided by 4 would be 4.
4?
Yep.
How did it take you so long to get to 4?
No, I'm sorry, I was just talking with you guys, and I'm sorry. And you also, let's see here, technically get movement from it too. It's 1 piece of movement. That doesn't, actually no, you should, with it, the other one is then going to try and attack you as well. And let's see what this Rabbic has. This Rabbic is it is a classless level 3 Rabbic. Oh god. Jesus Christ, he borderline has his fucking base level 1 stats. God.
So she just eats the carrot like it's nothing. She just takes it out of the air and just chews on the carrot.
1d8 divided by 5.
You committed a Frieza during the middle of the Vegeta versus Frieza, where Frieza was like, snack break.
Crab.
Right, so you have a 5 TP at the moment. The Bloxer bot is now going to make an intellectual roll real quick.
Damn. What the?
9. Wow. He really did not roll high. Okay. Holy fuck. Are you... What... What... I...
9 on what? What was he trying to do?
A DC of fucking 10.
But what was he trying to do?
Examine the situation. He was rolling intellect to see if he figured out what you just did to those projectiles. He did not, and is going to follow in suit these other two machines and throw throwing blocks.
He throws throwing knives? They have throwing knives?
Bloxers have the options of their fist or throwing blocks.
Oh, throwing blocks.
Yeah,
okay, and so he's going to throw blocks.
Yeah, imagine
All
like
right.
Legos. Basically.
Yeah, I get it.
And it's
and
it has
she takes the Lego
3 pieces of movement.
and
It's
just
going to immediately move into here.
We're not allowed to
she
use
grabs it
Legos.
right out of the
Quick,
air
think of-
and just
Think of something quick. Jello.
sure. She just and just it shatters in her hand.
33 divided by 1. Alright. Okay, so you have 38 TP now.
Am I allowed to summon multiple Gaster Blasters in a single turn?
Technically speaking, isn't that how we ruled how constructs work? You can technically cast... You can... Like, construct spells you just cast. It's like TP... It's like TP per. Like, they're not... Like...
Oh, so it's...
Yeah.
I have the option of summoning 1 or 2 right now.
Yeah.
I'm going to summon 2, and I'm going to put them on
Since it's your turn.
diagonal. Diagonal. 3 to 7
Jebel
and
boss
1
fight,
to
yeah.
9.
The world was covered.
Actually, no. 3 to 7. No, not 3 to 7. 1 to 9 and 9 to 1. They should be orange.
You want them to be orange? I was gonna make them a unique color to represent constructs.
Well, because it's Hera's construct. I didn't realize you're doing like that.
Yeah. The idea was so like...
Does anybody else... I'm sorry, but does anybody else get, like, this weird, like, warm, like, almost homey vibe? By homey, I mean, like, you know, like, it feels comfortable. Not like, yo, what's up, homie?
Technically speaking,
So,
in the case of
Vibe
your
from
draconic
Delphi.
laser ones, since these self-destruct, they're more like traditional attacks.
yeah.
So for these, you would roll.
Oh, I do roll, okay.
Yeah, because, remember, these aren't like, for instance, the Void type are like a construct that stick around.
They stick
you-
around and do
So
shit.
you can choose where they can go, and then they, have their own turns.
blast, and then they...
Like, they have their
Come
own
back.
turns that you control. For the dragon laser ones, because you just summon and self-destruct them to recycle them, you use them more like traditional attacks. So who are you going...
Traditional blasters.
Yeah, so who are you going to target?
Bloxer.
You're going to
Specifically Bloxer, because he has an option of melee.
Alright then.
So 1 to 9, no. 1 to 7 and 7 to 1.
Those are the two you want to go for, since you gotta roll these. Do you want to roll them both at once, or roll each attack separate?
Or roll both at once, because why the fuck not? Let's get this done quickly.
Alright. 1, 2. First one's a fucking perfect hit. So which part are you striking specifically? Head, body, or legs?
Head,
Head.
but it goes through to the legs.
Alright, it's starting at head, going down all the way through legs. Oh shit, goddamn.
Yeah. And the second one.
And the third one would have landed here, so it would have
Second
happened on
one.
this. Yeah, second one landed on position 3. So you're gonna have it go this way to target the head again, or you are gonna have it go down here or this way?
Diagonal, because diagonals. or fun.
Alright, then. Let me actually copy a... Actually, no, I don't need to do that, since I believe you should have... No, you don't have...
I believe
You don't
it's a
have...
D4
Yeah, you also don't
to
have...
determine how many hits.
Yeah, you also don't have your... You don't have an orange D4 yet, either. And you should probably make that real quick.
Probably get one of those.
An orange D4?
Yeah, probably I should have one of those.
Yeah. It's that... the reason I say that is because, like, now that you have... Because, like, you have a spell where it's needed, specifically. So you do need that, actually. So the first one is going to hit a total of 2 times.
Per...
Yep, per each part.
I'm back.
So that's... God, that's...
6 times?
Yeah, 2 hits on 6 separate times. So let's roll that damage now, actually. So, first one.
I believe the magic is a 15. Yeah, the magic's just straight up 15 on that. Because it doesn't have any HP, it's just magic.
Right. Yeah, there we are. 15 divided by 2 is...
That's the void other than the ones that are not. Yep.
Draconic has 15. So 15 is divided by 2 is how much? That's... 7?
7 damage per strike?
That's 7.
So that's 14 times 3. I believe that's like...
Yep, 14 times 3, and on this...
14 times 2 is 28. 32, 42. Our answer is 42.
42 damage.
42 damage total.
So you've...
Is it dead?
Yeah, you successfully were able to incinerate that Bloxerbot.
She just... gone.
Yeah. Blasters, specifically laser-type blasters, are... I would say lasers specifically are probably, like, in terms of...
very overpowered.
Are specifically in terms of pure DPS, your highest option. However, in terms of, like, actual utility as a weapon, probably the worst one you could really use. Because, like, it just shoots, you choose a direction, and that's it. You have... With it going in...
No control, but...
This one...
Yeah,
she's... This hits the Mecharudin.
Once.
Let's roll to see how many times that's going to hit per... Yeah. Oh, 4 times on that one head. So...
Oh, boy.
Let's see. Right, let's roll that again by... 14 divided by...
Someone run.
15 divided by 4.
What happens if someone runs this with a 9 or 7 player party? Like, what do you do then?
Objectively speaking, first things first, you don't run a party that big, because you split that into 2 separate groups. And if they are one group, then, bare minimum, half the party needs to group up.
Yeah, half the party has to be human in order to take the hits.
Yeah. 15 divided by 4 would be 4 times 4 times, so that's 12 damage.
She got unlucky on that one, but hey, 12 damage to a head.
30 minus 12 would be 18.
Sure. Is the head disabled?
Yes, the head is now destroyed, which severely lowers its severely lowers its accuracy.
There you go. You fixed it.
Which, to some degree, might actually not fuck you over a bit. Let's see, you casted 15, so that's 30, and since you did get half...
So what does it actually do? And they both costed 15, so 7. And get back.
Yep, so 7
almost.
Each. So that's...
She actually has enough to constitute another blaster.
To be fair, that is the entire purpose behind making those blasters self-destruct.
Those self-destruct, yeah, is to be able to destruct another one.
Wait, technically speaking, you don't have to have a human in the
Party. You just need someone tanky, and the majority party needs to
Humans
group
are-
up on them.
Yeah. She is the most tanky spellcaster you will ever know.
Or you could be freaking Jevil and just target the healer, the squishiest member, all the time.
Yeah, but to have the actual party survive the encounter, you need the opponents to be targeting the most tankiest target.
Which, luckily, if everyone groups up on the tankiest member, they use the tankiest member's defense. Since otherwise, it wouldn't really matter.
And her defense is 36 at the moment.
I thought it was 33.
No, it was 36. Magic was 33.
I could. Oh, whoops! I accidentally. I had magic and defense at the same as the same stat.
It's fine.
Simple fix though.
Switching her magic with her defense isn't going to make her constructs deal any more damage. Because the rune ring, her rune hunter's ring, would allow her to swap her, I believe, defense and magic, or is it attack and defense?
Defense and magic. It's the same thing Arca has.
Oh, alright,
Yeah,
cool.
you and Arca both have a Ranger's ring. However, the exception is Arca also has literally a Darkener. He has...
As the version.
Yeah, he has Z the Ranger. You just...
Essentially, as a full transformed person, I only have a part transformed person.
Yep. That in mind. Alright then, now it is their turn. With that in mind, the Mecha Rudin and Rabik
They only have the raid.
Are not in a happy state. Not in a happy state at all.
Their leader just got fucking disintegrated on the spot.
This Mecha Rudin is going to attempt to move. Like this. Meanwhile, this Rabot is going to move to position 5. Afterwards...
She stares at this weird-ass configuration that you've put them in and is like, what the fuck?
And with it, the Mecha Rudin Ranger only has one option for attack, and that's, projectiles.
Is it gonna throw projectiles, you said?
That's all it can do. All it has are its reinforced throwing knives. It could unequip its own weapon and attack you with its bare hands, but,
Didn't you say that mechas can't unequip their natural weapons?
I'll have to rewatch last session.
The session before last session, right? But yeah.
However, it doesn't really matter since it's not going to do that. It's a robot.
Robot.
It's not necessarily... And if, the smart one... And if it didn't even make an evaluation... And even then, all it would really do, more likely, is instead of attack with its bare hands, it would just defend. It would just spam defend the entire time.
Yeah, just spam defend and gain a bunch of TP that it can't use on anything.
Yeah. I mean, it would increase its defense at least, but... Alright. It's here. And it's going to get one piece of movement. It's going to move up to you, and I assume you're going to choose to break it.
Yeah.
That in mind, let me get that. Right, let me read that.
Bravery souls are just overpowered. They don't get hit by projectiles at all.
I mean, the drawback with them is that if you start the whole, oh, I'm gonna break projectiles, you literally have to break every single one that is thrown into the box. Like, once you start breaking, you have to break all of them.
I mean, that's a drawback that she's kind of all for.
Yep.
And because she will actively pursue projectiles in order to
Alright, and
their
with
TP.
that, you've got 16 TP. With that in mind, the Rabot is going to make an intellectual check. And unlike the Bloxer bot, is actually going to make it. Thank fuck.
I mean, not really.
And
They're
it's-
just made to be killed.
And it's going to attack with its teeth. Actually, on your turn, real quick, I forgot to ask, did you want to move your soul around, or was position 5 fine?
5.
Just 5
Location 5.
with it. It's
I
going,
meant 4, sorry.
It's going to attack with its teeth, which counts as unarmed, so it's like a hand weapon technically.
Yeah. Yeah.
Position 9. It can't do shit.
Yeah, she moved all the way out of the way.
Like, this thing basically, like, this Rabot basically skewed up like it was about to pounce on you. It then
And missed.
It jumped over you.
He put too much power into that.
And then immediately runs back over here. It is now your turn once again.
How much TP do we have?
32 at the current moment.
Summon 2 gas blasters.
Gonna do another 2. Alright, do you want to attack with them both at the same time, or do you want to attack with
Yeah, essentially.
Alright.
Quick as can be.
Right, this one lands... Let's see here. We have one in position 8. And one in position 3, which is actually really good, because since this is number 1... Are you... I assume
yeah.
You're just
Yeah,
going to
one's
have
gonna...
this go up,
yeah, one's
this
gonna
have this
destroy
go down.
one, the other one is... Yeah.
Alright, this one goes up.
Ka-zoom.
Let's see how many times how many ticks it gets. A full 4 ticks.
2 for this one.
A full 4 on
2 ticks. Oh, 4 ticks.
Yeah,
I thought I saw 2 on that.
4 ticks. Alright, let's see how much damage. Oh my god, it's divided by 1.
It's deleted. It's deleted.
Yeah, it's just it's destroyed. Nothing left.
It's
Nothing is
gone.
left of it.
Goodbye. Now the other one. How many ticks does this hit for?
Also 4. Divided by 3. 15 divided by 3 is 5. So that's exactly
5 times 4 is 20.
which is still also enough because
She's just like
I just now realized forms don't get an extra HP dice until I think level 4.
Until like 5th or 6th level, huh?
No, it's level 4. That or it's third. Because I believe it's
I only have
4th.
I only have 2d8 as HP.
Yeah.
Yeah, she just kind of destroyed 3 people in 2 turns.
Just destroyed 3 robots.
In 2 turns.
And that would...
She destroyed multi-segmented pieces as a singular character in 2 turns.
Well, I mean, to be fair, Arca could have pulled off the exact same thing, considering he has an AoE spell.
But is AoE precise?
I mean, AoE spells do literally hit everything. You roll to dodge
That's
them.
the thing, that they're not precise.
True. So first things first, we got the 5. I need to, real quick, open the section on races, real quick.
Anyway.
quick for... And with that in mind, with her winning that combat and feeling quite a bit better about herself, all things considered.
Yeah, she beat them handily. She had no HP lost. She didn't lose any of their stuff. So, she outright killed them.
She destroyed some machines. That mine. Me. Always drop speed.
So she's going to get their level, and along with
5
their
plus 5
stat.
plus 3 for their levels. First things first, level 1, that's 13, and then, if I recall, for forms, it is attack, right. 16 plus...
I don't think Z Broly has a wrathful form, by the way.
33 plus 8
It's restricted. And he
That's
has
his form of wrathful.
He has restricted Super Saiyan, but that's the closest you'll get to it.
That's...
Which I think is also a times 10 multiplier.
There you go.
6
We can just flavor wrathful as restricted Super Saiyan.
6 plus 3 is 9. 9 plus 8 is 17.
Well, he's over here calculating EXP. We're talking about Dragon Ball.
1, 2,
Yeah,
2.
can Libran do multi-segment attacks?
What do you mean?
I believe
Blasters.
I believe once he's at level 10, he can just straight up learn the
He could learn Gaster's Blaster.
Yeah, he could learn Gaster's Blaster since Gaster is...
Are you sure that the form race isn't just literally Sans Undertale? Because they got the least amount of HP.
Why do you keep saying Sans Undertale? It's Sans Gaster.
It's Sans Deltarune, you mean?
Comic Sans Gaster.
Correction. Is actually Wing-a-Dingle, Comic Sans Papyrus Gaster, Undertale Deltarune, AU Underverse.
Alright,
I'm talking about how did that come out?
Alright, and that would be a solid 70. Which, you know what? All things considered, a level 5 fighting 2 level 5s and 1 level 3... Yeah,
Two level 3s and a...
No, two...
What?
2 level 5s, 1 level 3.
Oh.
Yeah.
So
I'd say all in all, yeah, almost. I'd say fighting 3 opponents roughly equal to you would be enough to almost get another level.
To level you up?
I'd say roughly, because for instance, like at level 1, if you fight a full encounter of 4 opponents and win with violence, that would be qualifications for a milestone level up.
Yeah.
Just by default. Like, you don't have
and
to,
then
like, you don't even need
of
to
them
kill
at
them.
her same level.
For instance, if all 3 of them were at her same level, she'd probably be even closer to an extra level, but that's...
So she hasn't leveled up yet.
Yeah, she hasn't leveled up yet. For instance, now that you're level 5, facing 4 opponents of equal strength to you...
she's pretty damn close, though. 70 plus 8. Yeah, she has 178 XP right now.
Yep.
Which is probably the highest out of everyone in the party.
At the current moment, yeah. Which, all things considered, you shouldn't be proud of.
Hera is proud of. Because that is her style of person. She will murder.
And I assume with that, she's probably gonna head back to town, feeling all ready, like she's about to beat the shit out of Libran.
No, I'm not particularly angry anymore.
Well, not angry, but she's feeling all like, oh yeah, I can totally kick Libran's ass.
Yeah, I could totally fuck his shit up.
Don't misgender the book, guys. Please don't misgender them.
She doesn't give a fuck.
Oof, oh no, that's bad.
That's how you get canceled on X.
I really don't think she cares. Let's be honest.
Sorry, we can't use X either. That's how you get canceled on Z.
No, in Deltarune's world, it's still called Twitter. You know why? Because in this universe, Elon Musk doesn't buy out Twitter. You know who buys it out?
Toby Fox.
No. Can I just reminder, what was
Gaster?
Twitter? What was Twitter's old logo?
Twitter bird.
But what is the Twitter bird? What is it specifically? It's
I don't know.
what color is it, Gamma?
Blue.
Yeah.
That's right. And what blue bird do we know from Deltarune?
Hardly.
Guys, no, it's obviously Rule's card.
Yeah, in this continuity, Birdly bought out Twitter before Elon Musk could. What's even funnier is like he fucking bought it for pennies.
No. You wanna know what happened? He sued Elon Musk and got the rights to Twitter.
Because he used his image without his permission.
Yes.
They don't know how that fucking nutcase happened. Libran, if Libran is attuned to magic, Libran just sends Hera get a little more powerful.
Well, I mean, they would hear that fight. Just letting you know, they would have heard what that whole fight.
I mean, Gaster Blasters are pretty...
Yeah, like they're not quiet. Like people joke about how the fuck did Asgore not hear what was going on in the Judgment Hall?
He probably did. That's the funny part. He probably did hear.
Yeah, he probably just didn't think Sans lost. Oh my god, actually that makes so much fucking sense. Holy shit. That's why
he's like, oh.
He said, so you got past Sans. Not that you beat him. Not that you killed him. You got past Sans.
Like, he heard all that and it's like, oh, okay. Like,
There's no way.
It's like, he's thinking, like, oh, it's also like, oh, I don't know what kind of monster you are. Because, like, he genuinely doesn't think we're the human that was coming through or some shit. You know? It's like...
Yeah, when we come in contact with him for the first time, he doesn't think we're human.
Yeah. So it's like, he just thinks, oh, Sans must have let some young monster through. He doesn't know Sans just got murdered.
Lost that fight.
Yeah.
Sans got his ass fucking whooped. His ass became dust.
So, Libran, as you, Libran, you hear out in the field, you hear what sounds like Gaster Blasters being fired.
Just...
I yell out in the distance.
Four
I'm like, oh, come on. At this
Blasters.
point, you're just flexing.
Your words do not reach her ears, but her Gaster Blasters reach yours. They're not quiet, and it's basically
In
not
my
just shouting,
non-existent-
but absolutely screaming at over 90 decibels per shot.
Oh, yeah, they're loud.
You're going to hear that for a
Like-
good long while.
Well, I mean, here's the thing, like, they're basically just dragon skulls firing Kamehamehas from their mouths.
Firing Mosenkos, essentially.
Like,
What's a
She'll be
good
again.
orange-colored...
and especially since,
a
like,
good one?
you basically just went, like, you walked outside of the town walls, and then just walked a little bit out of town.
I'd like to think that she had her hands in her pocket the entire fight, for the most part, and just ate with her mouth and blasted. She didn't take her hands out of her pockets for shit, because they didn't deserve it.
Well, I mean, they're robots. If they were, people, they'd at least be worth talking to and taunting.
Yeah. She doesn't even need to use her hands. I'm not even going to use my hands. Die.
Fucking stupid machines. You're a waste
Oh,
of
yeah.
You're a waste of taxpayer dollars.
And that's why I'm returning you to the dirt in which you came from.
In my system, you can literally do that. Like, you can just point at someone, be like, hey, I bet I can take you with nothing but my energy
legs.
blast. And they're like, prove
Nice.
it. And then you fucking disintegrate them 2 seconds later.
Nice. Well, anyways, I think with that, that's a stable way to end things off.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You can't just end shit in the middle of fucking combat. What the fuck are you thinking?
Alright. Future Jacob, insert a shitty wolf howl. That I know you're not going to do, so I don't know why the fuck I'm telling you to do it. Scooby-Dooby-Doo.
Where are you?
I'm coming.